Hey guys, Dagger here, and I am here back with another commentary. So, by the title of this video, you must ask, Dagger, how did this happen? So, you know what? I'm gonna answer this, and it's not what it seems like. So, let's just get into the story. So, about 3 or 4 years ago, I started getting into airsoft and paintball. And, I liked those things at the time, and I still kind of do, but I'm not much. I'm more of into real guns and stuff. So, we're off. I'm more of on real guns now. So, I'm getting into airsoft, getting into paintball, and this is, so what happens is there's a specific night that my buddies come over, and they're spending the night, two of my buddies. So that's three of us. Well, my brother decides he's going to have two of his buddies spend the night on the same night. So, that's all fine and dandy. But what happens is we've got this big field out behind our house, or not behind, in front of our house, behind someone across the street. But this big field we decide to go on because nobody owns it. It's public property. And, me and my buddies were headed out there to have a free-for-all. Well, my brother comes up with his buddies, and they're like, hey, we want to play. Why don't we do a death match? And I'm like, okay, well, considering my brother was younger, this was wrong on my part. So, what happens is they get guns, we get guns, and as our team, we decide to split up and, hide out and do whatever we want to do. But, so, out in this field, you've got an abandoned, I guess you could say, baseball field, an abandoned soccer field, or, yeah, you've got something around there, but it's just gone, like walls from it. I don't know what field it would be, if it would be a baseball or a soccer, I couldn't tell, but they had these sets of bleachers, and so I decide to walk up and sit down there and snipe. No problem with that. So we're sniping, and finally the game comes to an end. They want to do a second game. Okay, so we start the second game, and what happens is as soon as it starts, I get eliminated. Which sucks, because I was in the middle of climbing up in a tree, and I get shot in the middle of climbing up in one. Which, you have to think I was young at the time, but no worries about it, I got eliminated. Oh well, I was fine and dandy with it. And my buddies, one of them gets eliminated right after me because he's behind the tree. He eliminated one of my brother's buddies. Well, the other guy straight up takes his assault rifle, his M4 version, I'd like to say, and he just sprays them and gets them out. Well, at this game, it kind of gets my brother mad that they've lost 2 times already. He's like, alright, we'll do one more game. Well, my brother has anger problems, if I haven't already mentioned it. So, we go through a third round, and I'm climbing up on, I can't even remember what it is. We set up a trash can, and we were trying to climb on something. There was like an old barn or something, I'd like to say. But my 2 buddies get up there before I do. As soon as I get up, I get shot in the leg, so I'm out. Well, I decide to sit up there. And my brother and his buddies, they're starting to get mad that these guys are, far better than me, and they still are far better than me at those airsoft games. But, they get mad, and what happens next that made me mad is my buddy jumps down, and he, we had won the round. Well, my brother walks up, he's got this old airsoft revolver. He walks right up to my buddy and sticks it up to his temple and pulls the trigger, and I mean, it left a blood spot, like blood was coming out. He pulled that out, and I got mad. So this is how this went down. I got mad, and my brother decides he's going to try it on me, and he actually almost caught me in the eye. He caught me right above the eye, right on the eyebrow. And, you know, looking back, that's pretty funny. He capped me on the eyebrow because it was swollen the next day. And it had this big bump, and it looked like I had been punched or something. I don't know what you'd say, a mosquito. It looked like a mosquito got my eyebrow. So, you know, I get mad as soon as that happens. Well, my brother turns around and starts walking off, and I decide with the sniper I have, I walk up and I yell his name. I'm like, "Hey, Dylan." And he turns around and I stick it right up against his stomach. And, you know, he's the type of kid that never wore a shirt, and his buddies didn't wear shirts because they thought they were, you know, hot stuff. They were the jocks of the school and this and that, considering they were, you know, they're each 3 grades behind us. So I stick it up against his the side, like right under his ribs, and I pull the trigger. It's right up against his skin. Well, being an idiot that I was, this was wrong on my part. And don't ever do this, guys. I'm gonna straight up say that. But what happens is, after pulling the trigger, he, unlike my buddy, he was not able to get the BB out. The BB went in and he couldn't get it out, and I mean, it was big. He was bleeding pretty bad. Well, he starts crying and he says, "I'm gonna go tell Dad." I'm like, "Dylan, don't tell Dad." And so me and my buddies go running, and he's yelling at my dad. He's like, Dad, he shot me, he shot me." And my dad's like, "Oh God, here we go again. You two are fighting." He said, "Why don't I have your friends go home?" Well, I start explaining to him. I say he was getting mad because he was losing and this and that. And my dad's like, "Okay, well, here's how it's going to go. If you guys want to play Airsoft, you're going to play it with your buddies, and he's going to play it with his buddies. But you guys aren't going to play against each other because you guys are older. It's unfair on them." Well, you know, when I look back at it now, I kind of am upset with myself for shooting him right there. But at the same time, you have to see, you know, I see it too. I was younger, and I was, you know, a little less, whatever, I don't know the word to use for it, but I was unable to control my anger at the time, just like my brother. And we fought all the time. But, you know, it also came down to him, you know, sticking it up against my buddy's temple and pulling the trigger and, like, getting the BB in there, and then shooting me in the eyebrow at, like, less than 3 feet. You know, it was kind of both of our faults. Him for getting mad, me for getting mad. But what I have to say, guys, is do not do that ever. Trust me, I don't really play Airsoft anymore, but I don't like getting up close and personal for that reason. It hurts people. And, you know, yeah, it's supposed to, Airsoft and, you know, paintball, but I mean, it happened. It was something in the past that I'm not very proud of. But, you know, this is another story for you guys to see and, you know, let you guys know, don't do that. So, without further ado, guys, if you like the video, don't forget to like it. And let me know what you think about this story and how I should have handled it. And, you know, what topic do you guys want me to go with next? So, you know, guys, I'll see you guys in the next episode, or the next story, or whatever. But until then, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.